Yeah, good morning, everybody. It's an early morning, uh, Sunday, and not even light out yet. But we'll get started on some stuff here today. There's so much to do that it's unbelievable. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the front bulkhead out of light ply for this so that it doesn't lose its shape. This is molded, and wood always wants to go back to its natural state. So we'll get that done. And then I'm going to mold the bottom half because I only have the cowl done. We'll mold the bottom back half, and while it's sitting on the buck, drying, I can work on the cockpit. This is the crash roll bar or whatever, I don't know what they call it, turnover bulkhead that goes in here. And we'll cut the cockpit out, and I'm going to see about fitting a canopy today too, because there's a lot to do. And after this gets a little closer, we'll take all the parts and marry them together. The first thing I'm going to do is trace out this front bulkhead, which is F2, this one right here. Now it looks like he's shear webbed this up. I think we'll do that on ours too, so the nose is stronger. Matter of fact, I know I will. 1/4 inch sheet cross grain light ply. Well, let's cut one of these up. I guess I'll make the notches in these too. This is a F3. When I first built these Thunderbolts, I had nothing to go on. And I don't know if it's good or bad that I have something to go on here, because I'm kind of having to do it his way. I'm not really one to follow directions very well. I do things my way. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw the post I made on Lanny Shorts' thread on Stunt Hanger. But if it walks like a duck and looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's more than likely a duck. They're debating over Orestes' model. There's no excuse in today's age not to just take a video of it. Everybody has a video camera, the cell phone. So when in doubt, me being from Missouri, show me. Simple. They're talking all this nonsense, 51% rule. Now, how about 100%? Build the whole damn thing. We're not talking about building engines. Of course, if I wanted an engine and there was no way to get one, I'd make one. That's the whole intent behind being a modeler, is being able to make this stuff. Not would it be as good as a PA? Probably not, but it'd, I'd make it. I'd just go ahead and make these all of them. So there's no F5. It's only these two here. Okay. I don't know how we're going to do this. I'll have to look at it and think about it. This one's balsa, the other one's plywood. I'm surprised nobody's hasn't made a short kit of this airplane. Walter Umlin or Brodak or somebody. But it is a pretty complicated mold job or whatever. But if you've got a Chinese kid crew working on it, I'm sure they could figure it out. I see somebody posted something. Let me look at it. My buddy Craig, a guy at my club, rolled out his brand new Russian prefabricated plane today. $2,000. Yeah. This kind of thing happened to NASCAR. NASCAR it started as bootleggers, They ran old jalopies. And then the big money got involved. And anybody could compete in NASCAR in the 60s. And now if you don't have a multi-million-dollar budget, you ain't going to do nothing. So one way to ruin it is with money. Okay, let's make, this is F2, F3. F2, F3, top. Okay. I think it was about $4,000 now. Let's see, which way did he have the plywood running? So he had it running up and down. So do it this way. Yeah, you're not going to compete in NASCAR, that's for sure, anymore. Now, the reason why this one's light ply instead of balsa wood is this right there is where my fuel tap is going to run through. Otherwise, I'd make it balsa wood, but it don't matter because it's on the nose. If it was on the tail, I'd do it a different way. But He didn't want to see who built it. Oh. Well, I'll be honest, I've sold airplanes. And those airplanes, I didn't paint them. I framed up airplanes that have flown in the nats by other people, but I didn't paint them. I quit doing that. And this hasn't been too recent that I did this, but had those airplanes ever won against me, I'd contest it. So I'm guilty of the wanting to make a buck too. But like I say, I quit doing that now. When the, I mean, it's really not good. Wish I had a jigsaw. I got a handheld jigsaw, but it's early in the morning. I don't want to make a lot of racket here. Wake up the neighbors. So we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. This reminds me of building a gallows kit. I need a knife, a real knife. And scalpels are good for delicate work before you cutting plywood and stuff. I ever tell you guys a story when I was in Vegas? A guy came running. I heard my name from across the room. I didn't know who the hell it was. They recognized me from the video. It was unreal. There we go. This is F2. Let's do this. Get a little cut going on the backside. Yay! It's gonna be time to break out the new bottle of glue. Come on. I think on my last Thunderbolt, I made all them ribs in the cowl out of light ply. Maybe that's why it was so heavy. See how it fits. Perfect. Oops, don't break. Damn thing split right there. I have to get another piece of. Have to get another piece of carbon on there. So what do we want to do here? Let's use the half ounce stuff. Boy. Sugar. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. Super chats are always welcome. You bet. Makes me motivated to do these. Yeah. It got hot quick. Make you pay attention. This is Australian wood here. And it ain't too bad. This is only 1 ounce, so we saved the best for last, I guess. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got that on there so it's not going to spread anymore while I'm waiting. Let's see what it weighs. Keep weighing it. Hoping that'll get lighter, but it don't get no lighter. $37 grams, 1.2 ounces. I see another place where it could crack, so we better get some more, which is right there. Better get some more carbon on there. Right there. Right there. Come on. That helps. I have to get this off my fingers though now. What time is it in Australia, Craig? Is it nighttime there? It's 7 o'clock in the morning here. Nighttime, yeah. Let's put the next one in. F3. F3 goes right there. you look right here, you see that little pen line there? I cut it on the outside of that pen line. That's going to make all the difference in the world. I have to sand that off. But it's better to sand it off than have to try to add it back. What am I stepping on here? Piece of wood. Almost. Almost. And it's damn near perfect except for the tail here. Get this. You want to sand and fit so that thing just fits on there perfect. Now we need to go to the other side. You look right here. See that little pen line there? I cut it big. And it doesn't quite touch that. It's gotta sand it. Okay, we need to cut that other bulkhead. Need two actually. So let's mark this. Okay, let's cut a balsa bulkhead now. I think we'll cut that one out of 8. As soon as I get this done, we'll go on the bottom skins and get that set up. And then I'll come back to the cockpit area and the canopy cut. The reason being is to keep the flow of work going. So we don't need this. That's F2. Where's F? What happened to F3? There it is right there. F3. We gotta have F6 too. F6 goes where? He doesn't show a cockpit. F6. F6. Yeah, let's just get this one done first, and then we'll move on to the other thing. F3. We want that out of 8. And he has it going vertical. Yes. F3. This build here reminds me of a chipmunk that I built back in 1968, I guess, 68 or 9. Now, Jim Van Loo did a chipmunk with a foam wing, but 68 or 60, I had never seen a foam wing in 68 and 69. I think we got the plans from Carson's Flying Models for chipmunk, and what the heck is this? wood is split. It'll be fine. It's only wood. Rob and I sat on the floor and cut out a gazillion parts. We used to use the stick pin method. We didn't have C-temp, and we were kids. We didn't know nothing about tracing paper and all that. We sit on the floor and stick pins through that, like women do for a dress pattern. So this one here, go right here. Okay, right. Can't be too exciting. I think we'll go with that. If it ain't right, it's too late. That'll be the last bulkhead I do on the fuselage. These other ones will have to be on the fuselage when I put it together. This one here is just to kind of hold the shape. Now, because I've changed, I didn't make the drawing or the pattern or whatever. I have to add 1/8 of an inch because my mold is a little bit different than Billy's was. That's okay. And it'll strengthen that up. So we'll add that piece. It's only wood. Remember that. You can't hurt it. Okie dokie. What the hell am I stepping on? Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean the carpet today. Vacuum. See if it fits. Oh. Perfect. Perfecto. This one here will get epoxied on. That'll be good. How does it come out down here? Off a little bit. What's going on here? Well, it don't matter. We'll put a shelf on that baby. Let's tape it together and hold it shape. And I will work on the bottom. How much a puppy weigh? That's the important thing. Pretty straight. Pretty straight. .4 ounces. 5.3 ounces. I need one on the back of this going up. I got it. I got it. I figured it out. Why is that? Well, it ain't perfectly straight. I have to break that one loose and move it. Sure looks right there. What is it? This one? No, it's this one. Needs to get moved. Get moved right to there. That's why it's goofy like that. It's an eighth of an inch off. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Problem is, I might have to make a new bulkhead. That's okay. Now I'll show you what's going on after I've evaluated this and got it taped. See this spot, this right here? It's no good. I got to move that bulkhead. It's got to mate with that. Otherwise, your airplane is not strong. Everything's got to touch everything else. So I've marked it. That's the only one I screwed up on. I marked it and I'll move it. We'll do that after I make the bottom skin. Gotta save F8. I gotta save all of it. F8 is right there. We'll need that one. We got quite a bit done in the first hour. Let's see here. Why is that camera so dark? Turn on this light here. Let's see if I can adjust the white balance on this. It's not right. Camera 2, properties, capture. I don't remember how to do it. Let's see here. Discard. Filters. No, it ain't filters. Transition, windows, full screen, scale. I'll have to hide mixer, transform, set color. No. see what the properties are. Properties on that. That's what it was. Configure video. Discard. Properties. Configure video. There we are. White balance. Let's go to default. See what happens. Apply. Okay. Okay. I guess that looks better. I don't know. As you can see on the screen here, right here, there's a lot of, and I got another computer over here. There's a lot of windows open just to bring this stupid video. We need to get rid of all this shit so I got a place to work. Might need that. Probably gonna need that. We won't need this. And I'm getting hungry. I know. I do a bachelor cooking segment here. Take about 3 minutes. Let's see. 3 eggs, 3 minutes. Let's see. Well, there's the pens I needed. I wonder if I should do this on the board, on the glass. Nah, it don't matter. Time for me to go to Lowe's and buy a new board. This one's all boogered up. Only built about 6 airplanes. Okay, the top was molded with 3/32. The bottom is molded with 2 pieces of 16. The reason being is that's what takes all the abuse. That you're holding it underneath or whatever. The top, you're hopefully nobody's squashing it like that. So we're gonna set this up. So we need this bottom mold. Let's see which one's the bottom. This is top. Bottom is bent. So, figure out where this goes. So we're going to mold to here. Get the I'm going to mold to right there. Will that give me enough? Yep. This will be easy. Be an easy peasy mold. So I found my dressmaker's tape. We're going to need a piece. 25 inches long. 25. At the widest point, which is probably right here, needs to be 6 1/4. 25 by 6 1/4. 625. We're going to need to cut a new one of these and glue it in. Sand it through it. Four pieces, 25 by 6 1/4. Man, that's a turd. That's 25. 18, there we go. That's hard. You hear that? Split it. I knew that was hard stuff. That would never mold. That'll mold though. And so will these pieces. There we go. These are more like it. 14, 14, 11. That's really good. Yeah. These are garbage. I can't believe how hosed we're getting on wood. I mean, I think it's people just lazy. I don't believe there's a shortage. I think they're just lazy. They don't want to go out there and sort it. 14, 14, 11. This is good stuff here. 11. That's a 14. That's an 18. And if you feel it, it's hard. People are just inherently lazy. 11, 18. See, as the if you look at the grain, see, it's kind of important to look at the grain. Let's pull this other camera back. If you look at the grain here, you can see that this is loose grain here. See how nice that is? But this is tight grain hard. So this half of the piece of the wood, all the way down, is terrible. This half is good. Now, on the contrary, this 11-gram piece, look at that. See, you can kind of see through it even. You see my fingers back there? That's candling anyway. But this is good stuff. If I had 6 pieces of this, it'd be simple. So now this is 11 grams. So now we're going to come up to, this is 18 grams. This is no good. So it's almost 70% heavier. Let's see what we got here. These are 18s, no good. Oh, they're 3/32. So 19, 18. They're on the edge of 5 pounds. We'll get enough out of this stuff. I mean, I got enough wood to do this. It'd be nice if it was all prime stuff instead of garbage. I hate to have to look around for this stuff. Look, this piece. It's short. That's what it is. Is it 25? That's just barely long enough. We might incorporate this. This is a nice piece. So let's see what we can do with these 14s. See, this is a hard piece here. This is good on this end. So if we cut this off here, that'll leave just that piece there that we could put on the back half. Yeah, that'll work. Here's a good piece. Why is this 14? It's hard right here. So we cut that off. We can use that piece. This is a good here. This is hard right here. Okay, so we got our wood that we can use. Christopher, good morning. Let's see what we got here. Target weight for the fuse completed. Well, on a lawn dart, they're around 7 ounces. On this one, pretty good size. I'd hope to get 9 anyway. Okay, the first thing I'm going to need to do is cut these to length, and we've decided this is the hard end down here. We're going to cut all the hard stuff off. That's the hard end. That's a good piece. That's a hard end. This is a short piece. I don't know whether that'll work or not. This is the best piece. 11. Look at that. This is the good stuff. Here, we'll use this as the inside bend, the center. Straight grain, so it kind of cuts off this way, so we'll cut that end off. This will set aside. God, I just hate to waste all that stuff, but that's the way it goes. Okay. One more double check. 25, but we'll make it 26. I'd rather. Yeah, there's going to be some waste on this. That's the way it goes. You see how hard it is on that one corner? That's hard. Cut that off. Okay. I see. Nope. Oh, God. Why can't I have a whole bunch of wood like this? This is perfect. Yeah, we're going to make the best out of what we got. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Okay, that's the approximate center. That's what's going to bend inside around like so. So now, I said it was 6 1/4. So we need 1 1/8 on each side. So I have to try to get 1 1/8 out of each one of these hard. We're going to cut that off right there. I got it. This will be scrap. 1 1/8. We'll make it 1 1/4 for added measure. Why can I never find my ruler? There we go. The hell's on this thing? 1 1/4. So how many of you guys are going to build one of these? I'll make it 1 3/8. No, 1 1/4. Hey, we got a new member. No, super chat. Hey, Gordon. No problem. Thank you for the super chat. What is the circumference of the nose at the peak of the turtle deck? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out when I get the bottom built. You want a circumference, it includes the whole thing. And we thank you, Gordon, for the super chat. CA, where are you from, Gordon? Canada? So, maybe clean this one up. Way up north, huh? I'm sure you've seen the Northern Lights. I've seen them one time when I was in Rumford, Maine, and it was cool. And it was cold. It was really cold. I don't want to go back there again. I was delivering for Kimberly Clark. It was way colder than I wanted to play with. But I say it was 6 1/4, so we should have more than 6 1/4 here. Six and a half. Good, good, good. We're in there. You just live south of Santa, huh? Yeah. Do you know what causes the northern lights? Let me tell you. Radiation from the sun bombards the ionosphere. The magnetic poles take that light and twist it in on the polar vortex, twist it into that shape, and that's what makes those lights. Kind of weird. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb old mechanic. And if you don't believe me, look it up. We are taught such garbage in school, it's ridiculous. There was a time that the serrated edge of a package like this would work. Now it don't work no more. I guess they're childproof and everything. You know, the world's going crazy, and I'm at the end, the back half, over the top, headed downhill like a snowball headed for hell. I'm I'm glad that I won't be here to see all this BS, and I'm sad because it's just the way it is. I figure I got probably 20 years left, maybe, if I'm lucky. 20 summers. If the place is still here. And the bad thing is, it'll go quick. Let's get a new bottle of stuff. Got a new bottle of glue and a new snorkel so I don't have to fight it. Hey, thank you, Gordon, for becoming a supporter, our latest supporting member. I have kind of fallen behind on the support perks, but I hope to catch up. I mean, but I appreciate you guys contributing a cup of coffee a month to me. You know, I'm not especially funny like X-Jet or some of the other guys, but I do put in a lot of time to bring you Stunt Hanger and these videos. I don't know if you guys were on or saw, I did one video and I said, whoop, gotta go, because Stunt Hanger and the DNS server quit working or whatever. When Al Rabe was alive, he used to call me at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't get on. Well, Al, send me an email and I'll fix it when I get up. Oh, that's good CA there. And yes, I'm looking for somebody that knows computers and knows model airplanes. Hey, Craig. Oh yeah, Frank Prosser lived in the bushes. Hey, Dick, there's flickering going on in the bushes. Flickering, yeah. What are you doing back there? Well, I live here. No, you don't. We got squatters in the yard. After I was in the service, it reminds me of another story. After I was in the service, my dad had moved from Los Angeles to the desert shores at the Salton Sea. You can look it up. It's 210 foot below sea level. It's the only inland sea in the United States. Saltier than the ocean. Anyway, and there's been arguments that Salt Lake City is the sea. No, it's not. Anyway, and I'll explain why. My brother and I, we built at the bar, we built a room out back on the patio that was a 15 by 15, a shed. You know, it had siding on it and air conditioning, and because it's 100, I've seen it as hot as 131 in the desert. Anyway, one morning, my brother and I are sleeping out there in that room we built, and I'm awoken to, get the box, get the box. What the hell's going on? Well, there's my dad with a cat by the by the nape of the neck, you know, back of the scruff of the neck. And this cat is just scratching the crap out of him. What he had done is he set cat traps to to catch these wild cats at the bar because they were eating up all the our regular cats' food. That was funny. Get the box! Get the box! When I gave that cat a ride, I took that cat down to Salton Sea Beach. I opened the box and that cat came out of the box like a rocket. And his feet were going in the air. And when he hit the ground, he did like a burnout. And he went, whoop, and he went right into a chain link fence, ran head on into a chain link fence. Stunned him for a second. Never saw that cat again. I had this girlfriend. I had a 1970 server car, Harley Davidson, 3-wheel trike, curb marker, left-hand throttle, right-hand shift, right-hand tank shift, suicide. It's California High Patrol curb marker bike. Hello, Richard. And they'd go around and with a stick and a piece of chalk and mark your tires. So you got to have left-hand throttle. Anyway, I had the top off of it, off the back, so it was like a big ice chest back there, basically, piece of plywood in there, and the top was off. And Tracy, my girlfriend, used to ride in the back. Well, we went to Palm Springs, and somebody had 2 dogs, and these dogs were huge Russian Ridgebacks. One's name was Samson, the other name was Goliath. And they said, well, we got to get rid of these dogs. I said, well, I'll take them. And I said, well, how are you going to get them back? I said, don't worry about that. I'll take them. So Tracy got in the back of the bike, and we put the dogs in the back with Tracy, and they're both sitting in the cart. And the dogs are bigger than the girl. She's got her arms around both their necks. These things are like the size of St. Bernards, just huge dogs, 150-pound dogs. And when I started that trike, the dogs started going like crazy. I thought the bike was going to jump off the ground. Anyway, Goliath escaped, but she still had a hold of Samson. So I got Samson back to where I lived, which was like a 30-mile ride or whatever. And the dog loved it. He loved riding. And I'll tell you why I bring this story up. He loved riding. I never got Goliath back. But anyway, we have no idea where he went. Anyway, this dog loved to ride in the back of that motorcycle so much that I would tell Tracy, I'm going to go down to Salton Sea Beach, and you hold on to the dog until I'm gone. Because he wanted to get in the back of the back and ride. He'd like to sit back there like a goofball. Anyway, she couldn't hold these dogs. They were just too powerful. I started the bike, and I took off towards Salton Sea Beach. Well, she cracked the door where we were living, and the dog stampeded out the door. Now, Salton Sea Beach is 5 miles away, but I had to go down Highway 86, go down Desert Shores Boulevard, up to Highway 86, around and then down to Salton Sea Beach, and then make a left. Anyway, so I'm at Helen's Beach House, or I'm coming into Helen's Beach House, and I pull into the parking lot, and guess what? That dog is sitting there waiting for me. He cut across the desert. He made it across the desert faster than I could drive down the road, and it's 5 miles away. Unreal. Just so I could tote him back. He wanted to ride back. We had fun times in the desert. All them guys that I dealt with back then are dead. I've outlasted most of them by at least 10 years now. Yep, Samson was sitting there waiting for me. What the hell are you doing here? Frank Prosser living in the bushes. That's a funny story, but the best one I like is the one where the Bevins boys and I threw the car motor over the fence. And my dad was watering the grapes, and he looked straight up into the air like the motor fell out of the sky. You had to see the look on his face. Where the hell did this come from? I I had a little sign painter's business after I worked for Imperial Valley Sign in Indio. And KRCQ radio station hired me to paint their disc jockey room. They wanted me to paint what I thought music looked like. So I painted all kind of stuff, dragons, and man, it was psychedelic. It was back, early 70s, or mid 70s. Maybe it was 80s. Yeah, beginning of the 80s, I guess. And because I remember the songs that were playing. And the guy came in and he said, "This looks like an opium den." I had been overseas to opium dens and things, and see what I mean? That story about Samson is gold. Oh, you get plenty for the money. Yeah, I guess. I suppose if you like that stuff. Okay, this is the inside piece here. Hopefully. Nope, my parchment paper don't work as good as John's. Damn. I guess. It left loose. This doesn't have to be perfect because this is where the glue is going to go. I have to mark it or else I'll forget and put the glue on the wrong side. Okay, let's do the measurements and do the cutting, and then we'll make a second piece. And try to get this done. It should be dry by noon. Then we can start fitting it to the fuselage. They made me repaint KRCQ radio station. It looked more like a hippie den by the time I was done. 6 1/4. 625. We'll mark these stations here. Six 2 5. 6. 6. Make it 5 1/4. 5 1/4. What happened here? Nope, that ain't right. Yeah. 5 1/4. This is 3. This one is 4. 4. This must be 5 1/4. 5 1/4. Yep. Okay. Six, 5 1/4. 6, 2, 5. I guess it don't matter. Go here like this. We'll make it work. I don't know why I just thought of this. This ain't a funny story, but it's a model airplane story. We used to fly in the Ollie's parking lot. No, it's not glassed. It's just pink foam with some what is that? What is that brush on polyurethane crap? I can't remember. Not Min. Yeah, it is made by Minwax. Polyacrylic. That's what it is. I can tell you this. Back in the days of the McCoys, I had this Thunderbird. Had a McCoy 40 on it. And we were kids, and we didn't know any better. And hell, I didn't know about dope and stuff like that. And we used to paint it with Tester's paint. I'll tell you what, when they get fuel soaked and they backfire, they go up like a Roman candle. So don't do that. $5.25, so it's going to be a 16th, but where the hell did it go? Okay, where'd you go? There it is. I love the I don't have to think anymore. 2 5/8. That's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay. Nope, I don't. The mold doesn't even have to be perfect. It because it's not like you're making a glass piece. You know, the wood. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Not like a canopy mold, where the canopy mold has to be smooth and perfect. This can be whatever. Could be porous, and it just doesn't matter. Okie dokie, let's cut her up. I went shopping yesterday, and I got toilet paper, and I got shampoo, and all that. And toilet paper is ridiculously expensive now. I guess they're expecting a run on it or something. Anyway, I forgot snacks. I got no cookies or nothing. I got some potato chips. That's it. Bummer. Okay, the next one's going to be easy because I don't have to measure. I don't have to do a center line or nothing. Just glue it together, lay that over the top, cut it out a 1/4 inch bigger, and we're good to go. So now, the hardest part of molding is selecting the correct piece, I think. And this is going to be it. This is going to be the center piece here. You want a piece that's already starting to mold, actually, if we can find it. But this one here doesn't have any power in this end, so we'll put that on the back. Either side is good, but there's a little hard spot here. That right there is hard. So we'll cut the hard spot out of it, and that means we're going to cut some weight out of it. And we'll zip it off. It's got to be trimmed anyway, so. And you can hear it. It's so hard there. This piece, yeah, I mean it's ridiculously hard. You wouldn't think that 16th would be like that, but that's like pine. Let's see if I got it all. If you watch the wood here, see how easy and nice it bends there, but when it gets here, it doesn't want to bend. So look up here in the light, and we could cut another 1/4 inch off of that. That's a secret for your bank. Let's see. Yep. It's not as hard. All these little things I'm showing you is how to build a light airplane. You got to look at the wood. You got to read the wood. Now this was 5-pound wood when I started, but by cutting those hard spots off, I bet it went down 4.5-pound wood. And if you look here, I could probably cut another 1/4 inch off of it. Let's see if we can look in the light and see it. You see all that? All that dark right there? I mean, it could cut way down to there probably, but I don't think, see, I got this hard stuff here too, so I'm kind of stuck. This wood is good, this wood is bad. Let me see if I got another piece. If I got another piece, I do have this though. Let's read this and see what it looks like. See, here's another piece. Got all that dark crap there. We probably can get away with it by cutting this in half and using this piece, and cutting this in half and using that piece for the outers. And I think that's what we're going to do. So we need to measure this. And so right there, looks like we have 2 inches worth anyway. 2 inches on that one. Let's cut this off right to there. Except it's, it's dark, but it's not hard. And we got to come up with 6 inches, so I think that'll work. Okay, if not, well, I'm kind of screwed. We got any dark spots in this? We got one little dark spot right here, but that's not, it's on the inside. It's not going to hurt anything. We'll end up with some decent wood yet. Now you can use this for something, but we're just not going to use it for molding. See, this was the centerpiece. Yeah. No, this was not the centerpiece. We want to cut this off halfway or thereabouts. So this is going to work for the outside piece. We're going to need one piece for the center, which is going to be this piece. Okay, this is the center. I need to figure this out before I get too carried away. Yeah, glue on this side. Okay, so make a mark there. This is our center. If you don't do these kind of things, your airplane will be heavy and it won't work right. If you don't cut those imperfections out of the wood, which I do a lot, I'm always reading the wood. When the airplane sits on the tarmac in the sun, the wood has power in it, and it will try to go back to its original shape. So let's see if we can get. Did I cut that out of there? No. We can get that out of there. Yes. It's not long enough, unfortunately. Crap, I gotta find one more piece that's long enough. Oh, man. What are we gonna do here? What's the weight on this? This is 16, but oh boy, that's nasty. So that'll work there. We'll take this, cut this end off. We'll get the light out of it anyway. That's so damn hard it won't even cut. Okay. If you look here, you can see the hard spot. That's where the weight is in the wood, right there. And you see how the grain is bent like this? This is straight up here, but it's bent like this. Which piece would you use? You'd use the top half. So we need to cut this out of there. That's it. Everything you wanted to know about balsa wood. What happened to my ruler? Disappeared. And this is the piece I'm going to use on this side, right here. Oh, there it is. Cut a little bigger and then straighten up that other edge. Now this is still a decent piece of wood, but it's not wood for molding. Okay, so we need to straighten this edge up. Ah, you bitch. Okay, we already have that straightened. So we want to mate this one to this one. I'll put an X right there. I'll cut this there. Is that going to be enough? Nope. So it's a good thing I checked. So it needs to be out here. We still might end up with a slight hard spot in it, but that's all I can do. Yeah, I moved the camera so you could see the hard spot. So we got 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. Close enough. And oh no. Oh no. Screwed up. I cut it to use the hard spot. Damn. Let's see. Yep, I gotta go back to my pile and dig out another piece. Let's see. Yep. Shoot. Not thinking. So, do we have I bet we have a 2-inch piece of 16. That's even better. So we need to look through these because I don't need a 4-inch piece. Heavy 9 grams. Crap. Okay. Yeah. That must have come out of the same tree. There we go. There's a 10. Getting there. That's a 10. It's a hard 10. That's an 11. It's hard. Let's have a spot in it. 12. The 12. The 9. So it's between these two pieces. Come on. Don't give me a hard time. Where'd I get these from? I guess right here. In there. Okay, we got a couple of choices here. One's a 10 and one's a 9. So I'm looking at it through the light. And it looks like the 10 is better than the 9. So that means there's a really hard spot in that, but that's okay. We're going to cut it out. We'll get her figured out. And we'll use this half right here. So I want to straighten this edge here. That's longer than 36. This must be a metric yard, a meter. Yeah, it's not. Okay, I'm going to use this side right here. We're just going to leave it the correct width or the length. Width. I will cut this off. Found my sanding block. That's good. So this goes back on this end. These two go together. And these two go together. How many of you guys, we were talking about things were taught in school. How many of you guys heard the story about George Washington throwing a silver dollar across the Potomac River? I'm waiting. Yeah. Well, I'll give you a little clue, Chris. The Potomac River is a mile wide. Can you throw a silver dollar a mile? And yeah, silver dollars weren't minted during his lifetime. Such BS was taught. Chop down a cherry tree. I'm sure you heard that. Cannot tell a lie. I chopped down a cherry tree. Well, they didn't come into this country till 100 years after his death, because they're from China, Japan, Eastern Asia, or whatever. Some more BS. How many of you guys know that the Vietnam War was started under a false flag? They shot at trash. McNamara came up with that nonsense that they were under fire. It's BS. Who profited most from the Vietnam War? Goodyear. I'm really starting to second guess all this nonsense. Yeah, legend. Yeah, fictional legend. I like to go and investigate things for myself. We used to, when I was a kid, my dad would take us out of school, and we'd spend all summer going around the country to different historic places. Big Bend National Monument, Redwood Forest, made lots of trips to Sarasota, camped out on the Swanee River in Florida. Saw the battleships in the not Alabama, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana. I don't know, somewhere down there, down south, they have a big naval yard. I have been on my dad's ship, AO-62, which has been long decommissioned, and I got pictures to prove that. I was a little kid, but I was there, and I still remember it. That thing was huge, I thought. Shit, it was a little tiny boat compared to an aircraft carrier, 90 foot off the water line. You know, I never could figure out, they called Mexicans wetbacks or whatever because they swim across the Rio Grande. Well, where I was in Big Bend National Monument, I walked across the Rio Grande. It was probably 2 inches deep. It'd be a hard swim. Wade across, maybe. If they're swimming, they're picking the wrong spot. We had a guy, when my dad had his bar down in the desert, we had a Mexican guy that would get deported, and before Border Patrol could get back, he'd be sitting on the bar stool having a beer. That's unreal. Our system is all screwed up. Okay, we got this. Let's see how it works. Okay, this is going to be the outside skin. We need to sand this up. Let's sand it with this. USS Cod. What kind of ship is that? It's not a destroyer. It's not. It must be a tender or something. Anybody know how Navy ships are named? So you can keep track of it? Oh, it's a submarine. I don't know much about submarines. Not a boomer, though. Can't be. Battleships are named after states. Destroyers are named after cities. Aircraft carrier are named after people. Well, with exception. I think they changed it because Enterprise is not a person. Saratoga is not a person, it's a place. Forrestal, that was a person. That was Admiral Forrestal. Anybody ever seen a battleship? That is an awesome piece of machinery. Awesome. It's unreal. The firepower that's on them babies. Not as big as an aircraft carrier, but man, has it got some horsepower behind it. They can throw a Volkswagen 20 miles. That's what a shell out of one of the big guns weighs, as much as a Volkswagen. Of course, they're gone now, but you never know. If something happens and we need to bring them back, they might bring them back out of mothballs, some of them. Missouri. The Arizona is still leaking oil. Okay, so now let's cut it a little bit bigger. Have to move it off center, I guess. It'll be fine. You don't think our government's World War II submarine yet? Like I said, I don't know much about submarines. I don't even know any submariners. I know Navy SEALs. I know airmen. I don't even know many brown shoes. I knew one bosun's mate. course, Don, he's a. I guess I do know a submariner. Don is a nuclear submarine guy. He doesn't watch my channel. I don't know why. He needs to. He gets so close, but he blows it. Okay, let's get to molding. I gotta get out the H bandages now again. Let's see, what did I do? There's one. I don't know the one's gonna be enough, but we'll try it. We need this. Wonder what the temperature's supposed to be today. It's gonna get warm. I put this in the car and be dry in 10 minutes. Let's see, weather 75, 82, 86. It's not going to get as hot as it was yesterday. Boy, it's going to be a terrible day on Tuesday. 90% humidity. God. It'll be so hot in that shop, you can't believe it. Okay. The first thing we need to do is saturate this. You know, I used to wet this stuff in hot water in the bathtub. You don't need to. Windex works fine. And dries twice as fast. Okay, that's one. See that? It bent into a potato chip already. It's molding itself. Okie dokie, let's put some glue on it. What's going on here? We got a turd in it or something. Look at that. Got a turd in it. My fault. Closing the bottle. I'll get off of there. Okay. Nope. Wire cutter. There we go. Okay. There we are. What's the secret behind this? Get it all off. Let me get the paper towel. I've seen the Missouri up close, but I have never been on it. Seen the Oriskany's up close. That's World War II aircraft carrier. That was decommissioned. My friend was on, but I never been on it. Now, you wouldn't think there'd be enough glue on there, but there's probably way more than there needs to be. What happens is when the Windex evaporates, it sucks it together into the wood. Or, the two pieces together becomes one piece. Okay. I just put a drop of CA to hold them together. Now to keep from sticking to the buck, well, I should have got some saran wrap, but I didn't think about it. We'll use this parchment paper again. We got about twice as much as we need, so we'll cut that off. Seeing as I don't have John here, we'll have to figure a way to hold this while I wrap it. And how we'll do that is with some tape. Yeah, come on. Might have to get my vise over here. Get my TV vise. Don't have enough hands. Okay, we're gonna have to do some splitting here. Looks like we got coming apart at the seams. Put some glue right there. So I think it'd be better to split at the front than at the back. So we're gonna do this. Started at the wrong end. What happened to my paper? Guess that's it right there. Let's wet this in. got that. Morning, Mark. If I don't see you guys' comment, it's because I'm kind of paying attention to what's going on there. This bandage is going to leave them crappy marks in the wood. So, this one untangled. I think this series is about 45 videos long now. I got 35 in the playlist, but I think there's about 10 that aren't. There'll probably be about 100 by the time it's done. Should have bought some new ace bandages. But trying to get by on the cheap. Down to 5,000. Pretty close to retirement. If we're still here. That's better. These self-adhesive ace bandages are probably the smoothest, and they don't leave marks in the wood too bad. I mean, there's going to be a little, but not as bad as this one would have left. It'll left. That's like burlap, that one. Yeah, we're going to have to relieve that up there. I can see that coming. Yeah. Now you see how much pooch there is right there? We got to get that out of that. So how would you do it? Got to go way back to there. We'll do one right here. Not quite. Still some more. I'm gonna need one on the side too, it looks like. I'm just gonna put a tack here. Yeah, we'll finish wrapping it, and when it's dry, we'll come back and finish it up. Might need, yeah, there needs to be one on the side too. Yeah, we'll get her drying, and then come back and finish that. Got to get that shape in there. Buenos días, Alberto. ¿Cómo está? Let's change views. Yeah. Okay, let's put another bandage on it to pull it down as tight as we can. We'll set it in the car and let it dry out. Wait, that light is bright. We'll start at this end and go back the other way. Well, we're at 9 o'clock, 2 hours and almost 3 hours in. I think I'll quit at 3 hours, take a break, eat some breakfast, and I'll be back. Because I got to tell you, I'm hungry. I've been at this since 3 o'clock. Today is a day I hope it gets hotter than heck, so this thing will dry quick. Put it in the car. And Danny, if you're watching, you should be sanding. My buddy Danny. You got to get him back building it. The guy's a good builder. He just got into the windy mode by tipping the can. We all did at one time. My 2007 Thunderbolt was had the can tipped. If you can't tell, look at that video that I posted of my Thunderbolt. Look at how it glistens in the sun. That's what's known as spray shine. This one ain't gonna have no spray shine on it. Can't afford it. It's too heavy. I'll just go with my regular diet, and it is what it is. Hopefully, appearance judges can recognize that it doesn't have to be spray shine to be front row. All right, guys, there is the mold. We're going to put this in the car. I'm going to eat some breakfast. I'll probably be back in a couple of hours, so we're looking about 11 o'clock. Like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate the super chats, Gordon. And thank you for becoming a member. And that helps, buy me a cup of coffee or whatever, about what it amounts to. Matter of fact, if you go to Starbucks, I don't think that's enough to cover a cup of coffee. But it does help me. Gets me a little glue or whatever. Any questions, just ask. I'd be more than happy to answer them. This is not a mystery. It's, used to be, but it's not anymore. So I will see you in a couple hours. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.